Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to see all of these smiling faces. A few of you have commented throughout the morning. Yes, we have a large crowd this morning. We are sold out, over 200 guests in attendance today. Thank you all so much for being here. On behalf of the Richmond Chamber of Commerce, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 State of the City Address. My name is Colleen Spencer, and I am the President and CEO. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Travis Ferris from First Baptist Church to lead our invocation.
Let's pray together. Father, we are grateful this morning that we woke up with a beautiful day to approach because of your creation. And God, we're grateful that as we gather to think about the past and the future of our city here at Richmond, that we are always constantly at this crossroads, and we reflect on that past, and we are grateful for the provisions that you have given to us in the past. But God, we are excited about what the future will hold. And so I pray, God, that we would be instruments for your righteousness, that, Lord, this city would shine bright, and that, Lord, your blessings would rest upon it. Thank you for our mayor, our leadership, and God, we give you glory and honor and praise for your great grace. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Ferris. Friends, please join me in welcoming several individuals here with us today. If you are a veteran, a first responder, or member of our military personnel, please raise your hand so we may thank you for your continued service. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Fort Bank, Platinum sponsor, EKU Conferencing and Events, and Gold sponsor, Spencer Land Surveying, for providing our breakfast this morning, in addition to Lay's Donuts, Richmond Greenhouse, Purdy's Coffee Company, and Jackson's Restaurant. Thank you all for making this delicious and informative breakfast possible. Thank you to Eastern Kentucky University Conferencing and Events for hosting us today. And of course, it's always wonderful to have our representatives from Eastern Kentucky University here in attendance, the President's Cabinet, President McFadden, and Board of Regents. Thank you all for being here and allow us to enjoy this wonderful space. We're pleased to have many state and local leaders in the room in attendance this morning. We have officials and representatives from the City of Richmond, City of Berea, Madison County Schools, Office of Congressman Andy Barr, and Senator Mitch McConnell. If you are a leader or a representative, please raise your hand and let us thank you for being here with us this morning. And finally, if you're a Richmond Chamber of Commerce board member, past or present, please raise your hand along with our amazing Richmond Chamber of Commerce ambassadors. We could not do what we do without you all. Thank you for your service throughout these many years. At this time, I have the esteemed honor and pleasure of welcoming today's keynote speaker, Mayor Robert Blythe. Mayor Robert Blythe is a native of Richmond, Kentucky, where he has distinguished himself in our community in many ways. His service as a minister, educator, and civic servant is what drives his passion. A proud graduate of Eastern Kentucky University and the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, in 2002, Blythe won the first of 8 consecutive 2-year terms on the Richmond City Commission. Then, in 2018, he became the first African American to be elected mayor of Richmond. He was reelected in 2022. As a member of the Kentucky Black Caucus of local elected officials, Mayor Blythe has held offices of vice president, president, second vice president, and he continues to serve as a member of the executive board for the conference. Mayor Blythe served as president of the local branch of the NAACP in Richmond, Madison County from 1999 to 2019. He continues to be actively involved with numerous civic clubs, boards, and task force. To provide today's State of the City address, please join me in welcoming Mayor Robert Blythe.
Good morning. I was in Covington on Sunday for the installation of a young pastor friend of mine. And when he gave his remarks, he said, I don't know what to say. I'm overwhelmed. And I said to him, I certainly feel that you've chosen the right word, overwhelmed. It's so good to see all of you this morning. And I think Colleen mentioned not only from the city of Richmond, but also from the city of Berea, and also some folks from across the river there in Lexington. So I'm just glad to see everyone this morning. Let me get started here. Good morning to each of you, and thank you for your support and interest in the state of our city. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and EKU for hosting this event, giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm honored and blessed to serve you as the Richmond mayor. I take very seriously this position entrusted to me for more than 20 years to serve the citizens of Richmond as an elected official and for the 7th year as your mayor. Before I begin today's address, I'd like to recognize a few people quickly. First, I want to recognize the Board of Commissioners, those 4 commissioners with whom I have the privilege to serve, and certainly for many of those, if not all, those wonderful things that I will discuss today as I deliver this to you. This commission and the previous commission, which is the same folks, have been tremendously involved. There are others in a working relationship with the city of Richmond. I want to thank Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor and Berea Mayor Bruce Fraley for their continued friendship and eagerness to work together as partners where necessary for the good of our county and our 2 cities. I thank also EKU President David McFadden, who is committed to EKU's success and growth, and we are happy to continue our town and gown relationship with the university. I come to you today to share the annual update on the state of the city. And let me just say this, and I'll stop with the funnies. Had a doctor's visit with my primary care yesterday, and I was getting a little funny feeling in here. So she said, while you're here, we can do a scan if you'd like. And I'm happy to inform you that when we did the scan of my head, she said there's nothing in there. I come to you today to share the annual update on the state of our city. These addresses are a time to provide a current baseline of the condition of the city, a time to observe the present, a time to review the past year, and a time to look forward to upcoming achievements and challenges in the coming year. With the assistance of the Public Information Officer, City Clerk, and City Manager, I am proud to be able to update you on the condition of our city within 6 areas: a fiscal report, our economic growth, project updates, public safety, people, and partnerships. For the fiscal report, our first responsibility as a local government is to be good stewards of the public's money. I want to commend our city manager and our finance director for their efforts to ensure we are financially stable and able to continue to provide the services that are expected and deserved by our citizens. I can confidently report today that the finances of the city are, in fact, secure. The figures I provide are as of June 30, 2024. The current general fund cash balance is $28.26 million. We were able to operate fiscal year 24, $12.74 million below budget. This can be attributed to 2 factors. Actual revenue came in at 15.1% above the projected revenue, and our operating expenses finished at 13.2% below budgeted costs. The contingency fund ended the year with $23.35 million. This reserve fund, commonly known as the Rainy Day Fund, is to be used for unexpected expenditure events. Knowing we have that stable reserve means we can reasonably navigate any unforeseen costs in the future. The reserve fund is currently funded at 53% of our annual expenditures. Our finance department does a fantastic job, as reflected in their hard work in once again gaining an unqualified opinion in their audit, which is the top level of an audit opinion. The city received approximately $9.53 million from the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, designated as revenue replacement. ARPA funds were committed toward the following initiatives: parks and recreation, public safety, infrastructure, initiatives for the unhoused, and health-related COVID-19 management, all being quality of life issues. A few other specific examples are the downtown lighting project, the police mobile command unit, a fire truck, and construction of Armory Park, which is located within a qualified census tract. Our economic growth. There are signs of growth across Richmond in many ways. The work of the following departments provides some evidence. Planning and zoning. Under the direction of Kevin Causey, the Planning and Zoning Department oversees the development and land use in the city of Richmond. Approximately 25 new commercial business projects are under construction or have been completed. These include hotels, schools, sports complexes, multifamily complexes, churches, and restaurants. 5 new multi-lot developments were approved, along with other pre-approved developments which continued growth towards completion. 14 new residential developments, including single-family, R1, R2, R3, are underway. These include 1,600 single-family homes, 1,165 multifamily, and 172 duplexes. Planning and zoning also works in collaboration of efforts with the City of Berea and Madison County to upgrade GIS capabilities to better serve the residents in both cities and across the county. In other planning and zoning efforts, the city's comprehensive plan is required by KRS Chapter 100 to be reviewed and potentially amended every 5 years. The City of Richmond will submit a new plan in 2026. The city has requested cooperation from Madison County and the City of Berea for overlapping information. The Building Inspections Department, under the direction of Daniel Abrams, is tasked with keeping city structures in overall compliance with Kentucky building codes. These codes ensure not only the structural integrity of buildings, but also the life safety of the occupants in each building. This department issues building permits and certificates of occupancy for both commercial and residential development. Over the course of 2024, the total number of building permits processed was 1,691. Outside of 2022, last year was the city's highest building permit total since 2018. Over 4,300 inspections were performed by staff in 2024. Some of the larger new commercial construction includes certificate of occupancy issued to Domino's on the Robert Martin Bypass, Southland Christian Church, 34,000 plus square feet, and Home 2 Suites on Hampton Way, 4 stories and 92 guest rooms, much needed. A few examples of new residential constructions: development at Carriage Place subdivision on Berea Road, Parkview Heights on Tates Creek Avenue, and continued development construction in Magnolia Point subdivision off 4 Mile Road, Arbor Wood subdivision off Duncannon Lane, and Laney Brook subdivision off Barnes Mill Road. Small Business and Economic Development Coordinator Kerry Hensley reports that Richmond has experienced major growth in the business sector. The city has welcomed new companies such as Menards, Nothing Bunt Cake, Five Below, Commonwealth Credit Union, and Bells. We have new local businesses in our downtown area, such as True Heart Vintage, who just recently moved into a larger space, Millstone Social, and Blue Stallion Brewing. While we have embraced new businesses, Richmond has also sustained many great businesses for decades, such as Hopper's Jewelry, which opened in 1973, Soft Shoe, which opened in 1983, and Courier's Music World, which opened in 1967. And for those of you who know my other life, one of my other lives, Courier's Music World, provided the instruments for that band I used to be in when I had a fro. Let's move along. City of Richmond's Downtown Tax Increment Financing District, or TIF district, has now accumulated over $200,000 in an account. These funds will be directly invested back into the downtown area. The city invested in new street lights, flower pots, and hanging baskets, and is currently in phase 2 of the Glendon Hotel feasibility study. New and expanding job opportunities continue to be created in the industrial and retail sectors. An estimated 1,000 jobs have been created in these sectors over the past 5 years. Regarding industry, the City of Richmond maintains 3 industrial parks on Duncannon Lane and cooperatively supports various other manufacturing plants located in and around city boundaries. Manufacturing provides ever-increasing employment and opportunities for our city and the surrounding region, while also providing excellent career paths for students from our local Ignite academies and from the EKU manufacturing engineering programs. Duncannon Lane, around exit 83 off I-75, continues to be an area of opportunity for Richmond. The city and the Richmond Industrial Development Corporation completed construction of approximately 1 million square feet of build-ready pads in the Richmond Industrial Park South 3. These and other ongoing efforts support the city with effective teamwork in the highly competitive arena of business attraction and retention. Much appreciation is given to the members who serve on the board of the Richmond Industrial Development Corporation, RIDC, as well as to many other partners who work together to support job growth and retention throughout our workforce region. One reason this development can occur is that the Richmond utilities have the foresight to invest $75 million in water and sewer infrastructure over the last 15 years. This type of long-term planning has paid off in the present by giving us the freedom to move quickly on economic development projects when the opportunity arises. I must add, this development could not have taken place without the work to develop partnerships between the city, power companies, the Cabinet for Economic Development, utilities, and other entities. These partnerships are the foundation on which to build this environment for economic development. Our city manager and the director of RIDC guided this effort, and the efforts are paying off well. In a final word about economic growth, according to the Kentucky League of Cities, in Kentucky, less than 5% of the land is made up of cities. Yet, cities are responsible for 78% of economic activity. Cities are the economic engines of the Commonwealth, and Richmond continues to invest in infrastructure, public safety, and quality of life initiatives to enhance attraction of new business and industry. Some project updates. Let me give updates on some of our projects currently underway in the city. Armory Park was completed and dedicated in the fall of 2023, and a Veterans Memorial was dedicated in April of 2024. This park is very popular, and its basketball court is where our Richmond police officers enjoy playing pickup with our local teens. Phase 2 of the regional sports complex is now in the final stage of development and is expected to begin partial operations in June of 2026, with full operations of the 280-acre space expected to occur in the fall of 2026. The park will offer 10 full-sized soccer fields, 5 of which will be artificial turf, 1 youth football field and practice field, 12 pickleball courts, 8 tennis courts, 6 basketball courts, 4 volleyball courts, a massive all-inclusive interactive playground, 4-acre dog park, walking trails, over 6 miles of mountain bike trails, disc golf, and a Kit Carson birthplace interpretive site. I lied. I wanted to say in a partridge and a pear tree. Renovation of the Revel Little League baseball field at Lake Reba Park and of Dillingham Park near downtown Richmond are proud accomplishments for the city. Revel Field received an extensive upgrade with artificial turf, new dugouts, fence, score boxes, and sidewalks. A ribbon cutting and dedication event for Revel Field is scheduled for later this spring. Dillingham Park underwent its first renovation since 1999. Updates include a new surface on the basketball court, new backboards and goals, fencing repairs, a water fountain, new signage, a new playground, a new ADA accessible path, and a free little library box. The revitalization was complete in time to host the second annual Late Night with the Colonels. That's a community event with the EKU men's basketball team and their head coach, A.W. Hamilton. That was October 10, 2024. The sidewalk replacement and refurbishment project has been no small feat. Work is complete on the north side of West Main Street. Last spring, in conjunction with Richmond Utilities moving a gas line, work was completed to replace the south side of West Main Street sidewalks. Now the focus is to start on the east side of the city. Our Public Works Department has been diligently working to create a more pedestrian-friendly environment for the city of Richmond. The downtown lighting project will be completed as the work on the county courthouse project is finalized. Public safety. During my time as a city commissioner and as mayor, public safety has always been a top priority. Our police and fire departments continue to be presented with many challenging and often dangerous situations each year. Even with the daily obstacles they face, these departments are still active and visible in our community. As announced last year, the Richmond Police Department is looking forward to building a new public safety building. Final designs of this building are being reviewed, and the expansion in both size and capability will accommodate the needs of a growing municipality like ours. Here today, you can actually see some architectural renderings of the building and of that facility in their nearly completed stages. These images are displayed around the room for a closer view. Many of you have not seen these before. A secondary support building will house the department's armored vehicle and the soon-to-be-delivered mobile command center, a centralized emergency operations workspace for improved coordination during critical incidents that may impact our city. The Richmond Police Department is taking a proactive approach to recruiting, as evidenced by the police cadet program launched this past winter. Designed and coordinated by Detective Tyson Yancey, the police cadet program focuses on mentorship, on training, and on community engagement. Another initiative worth noting today is the Code 4 Wellness Program, led by Sergeant Kelly Fraze. This program takes a holistic approach to the physical, mental, professional, and personal wellness of our police officers, staff, and their families. RPD recently achieved the status of fully staffed. That's crucial. With 71 sworn officers, a total of 89 employees, and expected growth in the future. It is undeniable that much of the strength and growth of this department is the result of exceptional leadership. Police Chief Rodney Richardson encourages his team to express initiative and creative problem solving, and he is committed to supporting the overall well-being of the team he leads. Congratulations on these programs, and we look forward to completion of the department's new home. I lied again. I told the chief the only way I would vote for that is that he puts me in another office and lets me come out there. Okay. City of Richmond Fire Department continues leading the way in training and in community outreach under the leadership of Fire Chief Brooks Elder. Training is a priority for the Richmond Fire Department. Training is conducted nearly every day and includes collaborative exercises with Madison County Fire Department and Madison County EMS. City of Richmond Fire Department continues to encourage EMT training for firefighters, bringing the total to 34 EMTs out of 69 firefighters, with 12 more in the process of certification. With the approval of the Richmond City Commission, the Fire Department will receive a new training center on 4 Mile Road. While the existing building served well for many years, it has been deemed unsafe and insufficient for current training. The old building will be demolished to make way for the new, up-to-date training facility. A safe haven baby box was blessed and dedicated at Richmond's Fire Station 1 on August 13, 2024, in a partnership with the local pregnancy help center, now known as Affirm Women's Health. Signed into law in 2021, the use of baby boxes for children less than 30 days old requires them to be located at police stations, fire stations, or hospitals that are staffed 24 hours a day. The box is equipped with a notification system to alert first responders on site that a child has been placed inside the box. As of January 2025, Kentucky has 49 safe haven baby boxes in operation. Thank you, Richmond firefighters, and thank you, team. Also under the area of public safety is the Ordinance Enforcement and Animal Control Department led by Scott Kaler. This department issues business licenses and strives to keep our city clean, safe, and attractive by observing properties and issuing citations as necessary. The number of new business licenses issued over the last year is 1,932. Over 800 citations were issued for ordinance violations. A new facet of this department and its work is established in 2024, and it's to capture stray dogs with the intent of rescuing as many animals as possible. Rescuing as many animals as possible. At the writing of this message, Richmond's Animal Control has assisted in the rescue of 77 dogs since that time. A vehicle equipped with specialized compartments, temperature control, and ventilation was purchased by the city for the safe and humane capture of stray or problem dogs. Safety and Risk Management Coordinator Jason Skinner joined the City of Richmond team this year. Jason works to ensure the safety of our workforce by assessing potential workplace hazards, by updating safety policies, and by providing necessary safety training. His efforts establish a safe and secure environment for employees and the public, while also maintaining compliance with regulations and standards. Our people. I always say our city can only be as good as the employees we have, and I believe that we have the best around. I am grateful that we have dedicated employees that work hard with the best interest for our community at heart every single day. It is important for our city to invest in our employees as well. In July 2024, the city provided full-time employees with a 5% increase in pay in response to our ever-changing economy. And we also contributed additional monies towards employees' health insurance premiums so they would not see a cost increase for the fiscal year. Our Human Resources Department continues to provide important support for more than 270 full-time and 150 part-time seasonal employees. Human Resources has been busy working behind the scenes with information technology in the second full year of implementation of an employee portal where human resources services and communications are carried out electronically. Human Resources and other team members collaborate to promote the city's health and wellness app through Vitality to promote mental and physical wellness with our employees. While the Human Resources team is happy to work behind the scenes for our employees, their smiling faces may be seen at city events such as our annual Employee Health and Safety Appreciation Day, or, if you are a new hire, at employee orientation. Some other highlights. Public Works. In 2024, the Public Works Department tore out and replaced approximately 1 mile of sidewalks to make our community more accessible and pedestrian-friendly. Other major projects were Brookline Subdivision and at Dillingham Park. The Public Works Department is always reliable to keep streets and roadways clear in response to snowstorms and other inclement weather. And thank you. Many of you stopped me, and I pray the commissioners and others to let them know how important it was to you that the streets were clean so you could get to where you needed to get to. Throughout 2024, there were 4 snow events which used 1,750 tons of salt. Public Works crews have cleaned and picked up hundreds of miles of roadways. The city is grateful, team, for your tireless efforts. Recycling. Recycling Director Aaron Vaughn reports an exceptional 2024 at the Recycling Center. He credits his team for success in keeping 2,551,551,073 pounds of recycling product out of the landfill. That's nearly 200,000 pounds more than in 2023. Congratulations to the Recycling Department and to the recycling public. The recycling team has risen to the challenge of the high demand of a growing city by adjusting recycling routes for their curbside pickup program. A new structure was built to help the team manage the overflow of recycling coming into the center. The department completed 2 successful shred days, which continue to be very popular events in the city. This year's Spring Shred Day will be held on April 11. Watch for the announcements. Vehicle Maintenance Department. The city's Vehicle Maintenance Department keeps a fleet of more than 230 cars and work equipment in operation on a continuous basis. They maintain all the city's fleet except for the fire department vehicles. In addition to vehicles, the team services, maintains skid steers, backhoes, wood chippers, track hoes, and medium to heavy-duty trucks. Director David Tipton's team pursues ongoing training to stay updated with the latest technology. I must mention how this team remains on standby and ready to support Public Works and other departments that clear our streets during severe weather events. Parks Department. Parks and Recreation Department continues to be a vital part of the Richmond community. This department is currently responsible for maintaining approximately 150 acres of parkland, which includes athletic fields, playgrounds, the Richmond Teen Center, Paradise Cove Aquatic Center, and the Adventure Falls Miniature Golf Course. In 2026, the park acreage will increase by 280 acres when the new Richmond Regional Sports Complex opens to the public. In 2024, new playgrounds were constructed at Irvin McDowell Park and Dillingham Park. In addition to these city parks, the Parks Department worked with me and with Bechtel Parsons Bluegrass to install a new playground at Robinson Terrace as a legacy gift from Bechtel Parsons Bluegrass to the city of Richmond and to the Richmond Housing Authority. The new playground at the Betty Miller Park serves not only the teen center activities, but also the Smith Village housing development. In October of 2024, 6 pickleball courts were constructed at Lake Reba Park, and an additional 12 courts again will be constructed at the Richmond Regional Sports Complex. Millstone Festival. It continues to thrive, with over 12,000 people attending each year. This event has been embraced by the community, and it attracts more and more vendors and patrons each year. Tasty Tuesdays will be held again in 2025, beginning in April. This very popular event features local musical talents, food trucks, and a monthly book club. Added for 2025 is the Madison County Farmers Market to offer a variety of homegrown foods and wares. The Richmond Teen Center continues to serve children, and last year almost 700 backpacks were given away at the annual Back to School Bash. More on the Teen Center a little later. The park's grounds team. Under the direction of Josh Cole, the park's grounds team is responsible for the care and maintenance of all open space within the Richmond Parks and Recreation System, which includes mowing nearly 129 acres on a regular basis and mowing an additional 20-plus acres on non-park land. This area will, of course, increase greatly with the opening of the sports complex. This department maintains athletic fields, shelters, and playgrounds while providing custodial and maintenance services to facilities at the various parks, buildings, and grounds. When called upon, the park's grounds team is ready, willing, and able to assist with snow removal and storm debris removal. Building and grounds maintenance. Superintendent Tim Gross has overseen the completion of several projects over the last year, including Downtown Flowers and Planters project, and that's tended by our resident flower lady, that's Stella Jones. The Recycle Center, construction of a 40 by 60 foot storage building. Parks, renovation of Revel Little League Field. Golf, renovation of Pro Shop bathrooms, installation of new carpet in the Pro Shop, renovation of on-course bathroom, and installation of 3,000 feet of water line, and construction of equipment pole barn for golf maintenance. Veteran Center, replacement of an elevator. Thank you, Tim. Department highlight, Battle of Richmond Park and Visitor Center. Curator of the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center, Philip Seifert, reports a new interpretive video is ready to greet locals and tourists alike. Much needed repairs to facilities relating to the Battle of Richmond are set to begin, bringing the Richmond battlefield back to its previous status of one of the best Civil War sites in the nation. Living up to their slogan, "The dust never settles at the Battle of Richmond," community service is an integral part of the operations at the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center. Multiple collections of donations are conducted each year to benefit military, veterans, and the unhoused. Golf Golf is booming in Richmond. The Golf Training Center at Gibson Bay opened in January of 2024. Continues to offer golf lessons, classes, club fittings, and fitness training. The center's golf simulator for use rain or shine has added to the excitement of the sports community. The Golf Center proudly displays both girls and boys state golf championship banners as a testament to this golf powerhouse in our midst. I am proud to share that the Gibson Bay Golf Course was selected to host the Kentucky Open, Kentucky's premier professional golf tournament, on July 21 through 24. Congratulations on this achievement and certainly this recognition. Tourism, led by Lori Murphy Tatum. Richmond Tourism had an incredibly busy and successful 2024. Enhancing the city's visibility and visitor experience. Thanks to ARPA grants, they were able to accomplish projects that would have otherwise been out of reach. Some examples are installation of 15 wayfinding signs throughout our town, placement of 20 digital kiosks in local hotels and across campus, providing real-time information on attractions and events, the production of a new promotional video for the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center, the launch of a battlefield driving tour app, offering an interactive way for visitors to explore this historic site. As touted in their annual report, figures released by the Kentucky Department of Tourism show that in 2023, Madison County saw an annual increase in visitor spending, up 3.2% from the previous year. Total tourism spending here topped $220.4 million in 2023, a $6 million increase from 2022. This is evidence that the efforts of the tourism department are working. With a focus on arts and culture, our already outstanding visitor experiences like Whitehall, Fort Boonesboro, Gibson Bay, Lake Reba, EKU Center for the Arts, local shops and eateries, Irvington, Chenault Vineyards, Deer Run Stables, Dreaming Creek Brewery, and the Battle of Richmond Visitors Center and Museum give visitors more ways to see our community. Tourism supports 1,777 jobs in Madison County and produces $996.2 million in state and local taxes, which is a significant boost to the local economy. Also of note, Richmond Tourism's director, Lori Murphy Tatum, represented Richmond well as the president of KACVB, the Kentucky Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus, in 2024. Congratulations certainly go to Lori. Partnerships. Continuing in the spirit of partnership, tourism and the city of Richmond combined efforts to purchase the historic Markham McCreary Cottage directly behind the Tourism House to preserve history and to expand genealogy research. The cottage houses historical records, research materials, and genealogical tools. Future plans for the cottage include collaborations with historical societies and workshops, and opportunities for school groups to learn about local history. The city seeks to continue a healthy town and gown partnership with EKU. Richmond will be campaigning to build hometown spirit with participation in events like the Big E Welcome Walk for freshmen, supporting EKU homecoming events, and family weekends. The city was delighted to attend the signing ceremony to formalize the partnership between EKU and Republic Airways, which will offer EKU students several opportunities for their professional pilot careers, including flying with Republic Airways partners Delta, United, and American Airlines. Congratulations, certainly. I'm happy to mention the city's ongoing partnership with Baptist Health Richmond. While the City of Richmond continues in the 3 government collaboration to support BHR's Paint the Town Pink campaign for breast cancer awareness and for breast cancer prevention, in 2024, the city added the inaugural Neon Night Run for Paint the Town Pink last October, on the evening prior to the Millstone Festival. This nighttime 5K run was a hit in 2024, and we look forward to another successful run this coming fall. In further collaboration with Baptist Health, the 2nd annual Food Drive and Mall Walk for Heart Health was held in February. This initiative benefits God's Outreach Food Bank. The city is thankful for all the partners in this now annual event. Special thanks goes to EKU Athletics, football head coach Walt Wells, and EKU Hoops Promotion, the Richmond Mall, and Coach Candace Young. Baptist Health Richmond continues to be a tremendous support to the Madison Home Initiative and much more. We congratulate Baptist Health Richmond on its continued success. Other valuable partnerships include the Richmond Chamber of Commerce, Kentucky River Foothills, CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates, Redeeming Hope, Hope's Wings, Habitat for Humanity, Empty Bowls, and Special Olympics. I must note here that 2025 will be the 30th anniversary for EKU and the City of Richmond to host the Special Olympics Summer Games. Also, as we mentioned Empty Bowls, I want to take a moment to honor that very special community servant, Diana Ackerman. This community grieves the great loss of Diana's shining light and leadership in serving Richmond, Berea, and Madison County. May I say for all of us how grateful we are to have had her servant's heart in our community. I'm also grateful that many of the numerous projects in which she was involved will continue. Partnerships with community initiatives and organizations and there are many ways the city continues to provide important and necessary services for the most vulnerable in our community. While every partnership is valued and valuable, I will take time to highlight 2 initiatives, Madison Home and Enrich. I'm going to pause here. You wonder what attorneys do sometimes. Mr. Attorney, would you please grab my water bottle? Very effective work. Madison Home Incorporated works to provide food, clothing, assistance with personal hygiene, housing, transportation, mental health counseling, and drug rehabilitation to the homeless population of Richmond. Madison Home is supported by 30 churches and over 100 volunteers to operate an overnight emergency shelter during the months of December through March, with renovation funds from the city to Madison Home. Their building on 5th Street continues to be used for emergency shelter, with additional hotel rooms provided by the city and the generosity of the community. Enrich's vision is to decrease opioid-related deaths, to decrease homelessness and jail overpopulation in our community. The Enrich enterprise continues to meet its objectives in service to the recovery community in Richmond, Kentucky. They raised funds to match what the city was able to provide toward their efforts. They have moved into a building where they are rapidly progressing to provide services and job opportunities to those who have alternative resumes. They have proven themselves good stewards of the funding provided toward their operations. And the city continues to support the efforts of Enrich. Workshops are underway at the Enrich location, and we understand more programs are to come. As always in the life of a city, many memorable events occur. I hope you enjoy seeing a few photos as we recall the activity in the city of Richmond during 2024. The governor's visit to Circle K in September 2024, the governor's visit to the Industrial Park South, official ribbon cutting at KPDI project, Honorable Mitch McConnell visit, September of 2024, the Safe Haven Baby Box blessing and dedication, August of 2024. Hosted visit from Sister City in Japan, October 2024, Hokuto City. Late night with the Colonels at Dillingham Park, October of 2024. Millstone Festival, also in October 2024. And somewhere in those photos is the flower lady, Stella Jones. As I conclude, I always want to make sure that I recognize the boards, agencies, and various organizations that are adjacent to the city of Richmond. In no certain order, these include the Richmond Housing Authority, which was awarded the Kentucky Housing Authority Maintenance Staff of the Year, Section 8 Housing Office, which achieved certification in management performance from the Regional Office of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, with a high performer rating, Richmond Tourism, Richmond Industrial Development Corporation, and Richmond Utilities. The city's Board of Commissioners approves mayoral recommendations for appointments to these boards, and we couldn't do our work without them. Internally, the city also has numerous boards and commissions that make decisions on behalf of the city, some that you may not even be aware exist. These are the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Board of Zoning Adjustment, the Codes Enforcement Board, the Board of Architectural Review, the Human Rights Commission, the Golf Committee, the Ethics Board, the Tourism and Convention Commission, and the Parks and Recreation Board. Finally, there are the boards that span across multiple agencies in Madison County, which include members from Richmond, Berea, and our county government. These are the Central Kentucky Regional Airport Board, the Madison EMS Board, and the 911 Board. I spent many years of my life and career in education, taught 31 years. Consequently, I will always be an educator. I relish being around our young people, our children. This role as mayor offers me opportunities from time to time to visit schools or youth organizations. In preparing for this address, I took time to recall the many experiences I was blessed to have to speak with, and I do mean with, the young people in our community. In our conversations, they asked intelligent questions. Among them also some fun-loving questions. I could not help but be encouraged by their exchanges. I want to thank all of you who work each day to make Richmond the wonderful place that it is to, although cliche it seems, to live, work, and play. As we look toward the future, I report with confidence, as a third grader 7 years ago coined for me, I report with confidence that the mayoring is going well. And yes, there is hope. As a sign of that hope, I did visit the teen center on one particular occasion about a year ago. I enjoy those visits because they give me hope. And I asked and I charged the group that was there to join me in recognizing the life and work of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., for there's no evidence in our community that's something that is stationary and so on. I challenged them to help the mayor to find something to present to the city to honor his life and work. Lo and behold, now let's see here. Where are we? Yeah. I want you to see what those young people gave me about a month ago. They took the challenge and charge seriously. Let's see here. There were some young ladies there who designed the sketches for what they wanted as a MLK memorial, a reflecting park. Liliana Fish, who is a junior at Madison Central High School, and Mary Margus, who is a 7th grader at Madison Middle School. They said, we want a bell with his picture on it and something else written, and those 4 corners, each has a different flower. Flower that represents peace, flower that represents love, service. I said, now I'm going to present this to the commission, to the city manager, and see if we can find the right place to put, and incidentally, if we have any architects in the audience and who would like to volunteer, I ain't afraid to beg. But what a project that will be. An expression of our young people's love for their community. And I say again, let me move down to Francis and Collins. I say again, brothers and sisters, I have renewed hope. There is that passage that reminds us to train up a child in the way he should go. Give them a sense of involvement, a sense of appreciation for what they do. Encourage their hearts. Train them up. And when they are old, they will not depart from it. God bless you and thank you.
Hope. We like that word quite a bit at the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. Thank you once again to Mayor Blythe. Folks, I have just a few final announcements. It's so great to have you here with us this morning, but we want you back. So we have a few events coming up that I know you're not going to want to miss, and registration opens next week. So we have the State of the Healthcare Address featuring Baptist Health President Greg Gerard. That will take place on April 23rd. And we have a new location for you. If you haven't been to Baptist Health Arena lately, you get to enjoy the Premium Club, a beautiful facility. Again, this is a great time if you haven't been to enjoy all that the Premium Club has to offer. We look forward to seeing you in just a few weeks there. Registration for that will open on April 1st. So please make sure you mark your calendars. We'd love to see you back for our next luncheon. And then the 44th annual Business on the Greens. If you are new to Richmond or Madison County, this is the largest golf tournament in Madison County and something that folks look forward to every year. So that will take place May 19th this year. It will be at Arlington, which I know folks always enjoy going out there. So registration for that opens on April 3rd. 2 big registrations opening next week. We want to make sure to see you all there. We have a whole lineup of events. We're not going to spill the beans on all of them coming up this year because my team is rocking and rolling, as well as our board and ambassadors, and putting together some fantastic programming for you this year. Speaking of those, I always like to thank, I have a fantastic Richmond Chamber of Commerce team. They keep me grounded and going even when I need the extra cup of coffee, which I will in a few minutes. Elizabeth Whitmuncy in Communications. Elizabeth, thank you for all that you do. And for Haley Gherkins, I know Haley is out here. Okay, I'm getting a point. There she is. Haley Gherkins, a brand new aunt. She welcomed, her sister welcomed a new baby this weekend. And so if you haven't seen pictures of the baby yet, I'm sure she will stop you at some point and show her beautiful knee. So thank you all for everything that you all do, as well, again, as our ambassadors of board of directors. One final thank you to Kelly McBride, who did a fantastic job in helping coordinate this event, and of course, along with Mayor Blythe. So thank you to everyone for being here. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.